Welcome to today's Fire Middle East sessions brought to you by TLX Fire and Security. I'm joined by Jason. Jason, hi, nice to see you again. We will let you just introduce yourself, give us a bit of a breakdown of your background in terms of where you're from, what you're looking for over the next 12 to 24 months, and we'll go from there. But over to you, Jason, for now, just to introduce yourself and so on from there.
Sure. Thanks, Gareth. Jason Busalacchi, Business Development Manager with TLX Fire and Security. I've been in my job for almost 9 years now. I am the head of the division and take on most of the inquiry and liaison between our customers and our engineering group to provide the market with our electromagnetic solutions.
Excellent. So look, let's talk about some of the changes and trends happening in the fire protection industry at the moment, because it is very buoyant and set to change imminently. So this year we've heard about the introduction of the PFA's regulations and the discontinuation of Novec by 3M. Can you just talk to me a little bit about the impact this is having on the industry and how the industry is perhaps shifting to accommodate these changes?
Yeah, well, a lot of that happened, probably the January, February timeframe here in 2023. It really did come, I guess, sort of a surprise to everybody that 3M was going to discontinue Novec 1230, and it really put a big rift in the industry. Basically, the industry has accommodated these changes because the patent for 3M has run out. There is generic versions of the product out there that can be changed over, but that takes time. So, we saw a little bit of a downturn in the usage of our product as our customers changed over and secured contracts with FK, which is the generic version of the Novec 30 or 1230. And those things, that's kind of getting underway. It's taken some time. We've seen some of that pick up. But one of the things that, we've kind of seen is that with the obsolescence of Novec and the usage of FK. In the meantime, our customers' customers have seen a transition to some other technologies within our customers' portfolios. So they might have gone away from the FK type agents and moved more into CO2 or inerts. But considering our business and our outreach, it really hasn't affected us too terribly.
Excellent. And it sounds like even if it has, you evolve, everyone adapts with the times, don't they? So in terms of there's undoubtedly been a move towards globalization of standards and across a variety of regions, not only the Middle East, but across the globe. How do you see that moving forward? And do you think that will have any effect on the wider industry?
Yeah, I mean, it has. I mean, it's all for the better, right? Adhering to a globalized standard really helps everybody understand their technologies and where they can use it and how they can adopt it on a more international scale. We've seen the inception of some of the U.S. standards, some of the UL, NFPA stuff going into the EN and ISO European markets. I mean, the Middle East and the APAC regions, India heavily into UL and FM, and the European standards being a lot of their own thing, their own entity. With the adoption of some of these things in the European markets, in EN and ISO, it's really helped our business specifically because we're allowed to now sell to other people and help kind of grow our product. But at the same time, what it benefits is that our customers can create one sort of technology to go across multiple markets. So they're not trying to create different nuances of their same product so that they can go into specific regions. So it's really helped a lot.
Do you see that as the future? No doubt this trend towards globalization of standards, it will continue. What implications do you think that might have on the future with other businesses, never mind TLX.
Yeah, well, in general, the globalization of standards, it's really, picking the best safety and security features from all standards and adopting them globally. I think at the end of the day, the industry as a whole levels up. And it just helps everybody kind of align with protecting people, property, and equipment, which is the main goal in the first place. But it helps a lot of the OEMs, have a more global reach in their own market shares,
Yeah.
because as we have a globalized economy, it allows for people of all regions to compete in the broader market against each other, and it provides fair competition.
Excellent. And the irony is you're all competitors, but you all work towards the same goal and the same standards, which,
Right.
which is so key. Look, another hot topic undoubtedly is the lithium ion battery fires. How do you see that the industry is addressing these fires at the moment? And what do you think the future holds for the prevention and the extinguishing of those fires? I know they're kind of two parts to those questions, but if you want to go into that a bit more detail.
Yeah, well, lithium ion battery fires have been a very hot topic, no pun intended, for, a while now. Um, I think most of the industry is doing whatever it can to not just be the first to market for something that's going to help the industry, but to figure out technologies that are actually going to either prevent or extinguish lithium ion battery fires. Right now, that's the most difficult challenge. There are certainly really great technologies, that are being developed and have been released to market. I don't think it covers everything yet, but I do believe that in the next couple of years, we're going to see the advent of technologies that will really help that industry, because with the electrification of everything, and going away from fossil fuels and uh, standby power, and even the automotive sectors, certainly we're going to need something out there, for protection and security.
For sure. So that's obviously one area of growth for businesses moving forward, given the hot topic of it. What other areas, just finally, do you see opportunities in the market to grow? So if your business is, like yourselves, looking to grow over the next 12 to 24 months, where do you see the gap?
Well, like the Saudi region, right? Saudi is the next big market. And I mean, specifically, they're putting in so much investment right now with building of Naom, and just everything that they're doing. I mean, it's a huge market right now. As far as growth is concerned as well, the mainland China market is starting to adopt a higher standard, in fire protection, and so the the high quality UL type standard product, or LPCB, or any of the high standard, quality products that you're seeing out there, are actually being adopted by companies in mainland China. And for the longest time, in a sense, they were a little bit closed off,
Yeah.
to because they could just sell within their own and just be prosperous. But as being an economy that is all about export, right? Having those, high caliber products, even in the uh, the Chinese fire suppression portfolio, being able to sell outside of China, has been a big improvement for their industry.
Absolutely. And I think, look, everything does go back to those globalization of standards. China need to adhere to that, if they're exporting. And I think that makes total sense. Let's talk about new products and future plans. Intersector buy in January 2024. It's not too far away. Will TLX be there? What will you be demonstrating? And where can attendees find you?
Yeah, certainly. TLX for a majority of the past 7 years outside of COVID, we've been there every year. This year, we're going to be Hall 4 G10, booth G10. And, as typical, we'll be exhibiting our fire suppression actuation technologies that the industry has become so familiar with. But at the same time, we will be demonstrating our supervised water valve for the sprinkler industry as NFPA 13 has changed over to the clean agent and inert standards, as well as our liquid level sensor and our weighing systems for seamless and welded tanks.
Okay. And these your what you would call the exclusive products for 2024 for TLX. Is there anything new you guys are developing or working on that watch this space? Or are these products very much, current and that's what you're working towards?
Well, the actuation technology is very mature, right? But there's still, now with the globalization of standards that we were just talking about, more and more companies will be, coming to our booth to see, hey, I need this now because, right? And for the weighing systems and the liquid level sensor, or and even our ATEX explosion proof actuator, it is something that we did display last year at Intersec, but it was kind of the first look. And now that the product has been out there for a little while, maybe now having that second look and being out there and people knowing that it's available, they'll have the opportunity to say, hey, I really do need that, because it really does help, what we're trying to achieve with our systems out there, especially because of the fact that, as I was mentioning earlier, the IoT, right, and the ability to send information through these products that we have to, let's say fire control panels, and then ultimately to a remote location to say, hey, there's something wrong with my system, come take a look at this. And those capabilities are becoming more prevalent in the market, and so that's what we're hoping to achieve this year at Intersec.
Excellent. Jason, thank you for your time. It's been great catching up with you again. For anybody that was watching, just a reminder that Intersect Dubai is around the corner. They're going to be in Hall 4, booth G10, you said, I believe, Jason. So
Correct.
please head over to their stand. We've mentioned Saudi Arabia as well. There's a Fire Middle East conference taking place there in May, as well as the Intersect in Saudi Arabia taking place in Q3 and Q4 of 2024. But Jason, thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.